volumes do I have? I have a lot. I have a ton. What do you mean? Is it? Am I streaming? It looks like I'm streaming. I hope I'm streaming. I'm not sure if I am or not. Give me a second. Let me check. Yeah. How many One Piece volumes do I have? I have um 1 through 51, like pretty much every single volume up to that point, and then I have like a lot of random volumes, like the Marineford arc, 57 through 50 through 60, a few other volumes, and stuff like that. So that is what I have. I also have a lot of Naruto right there. That's a lot of them as well. So I got a bunch of manga. I've had it for a long time, and I've basically just been collecting for a long time actually. They give me inspiration whenever I'm like just tired or I want to like draw something really cool. All right, cool. So I do have that awesome sauce. I'm gonna try to put this in the chat real quick, and then I'll talk about everything else. What's up, Drew K U Arts Cinco? How's it going, man? How's it going? Oh wait, somebody requested to go live with me. If you guys want to talk to me, let's see, let's do it. Do the request video thing, and we can talk for a second. Hold on, let me see if I can go live. I want to get Hammer, but I'm really broke. It reminds me of One Piece, and I want to read it. I appreciate that. Hold on. I appreciate that you guys really like Hammer. Okay, I just posted this. I'm trying to like pin it. Just give me a second. Let me see if I can pin it real quick. And keep the request. I'm gonna get you guys in a few. So just give me a second. All right, it's Val Wow. Let's do it. Let's talk for a second. Did it do it? I thought I have you. Yeah, accept. I don't know what's going on. Hello.
Holy shit, what's good?
Hold on, let me turn it up on my phone. How's it going, man?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm doing great. Wait, sorry, my phone is like turning my thing down. All right, yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
That's
How?
good. I've been following your content for a long time. Like, I think this is prior to the 2021 re-releases of shit. Like, this is back when, like, Bully Eater was on tanks and shit.
Oh, nice, nice. That's
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah,
yeah.
I actually got a bunch of those tanks right there as well. I
Oh,
figured I
yeah.
would, just show these just to, promote this line. But yeah, that's awesome, man. Thank you for, being a, cool supporter. So like, when did you get into Hammer? Like, I guess you've been there since like the beginning. So I guess issue 82 is when you started reading Hammer.
I, like, this is the thing. I, like, started reading, like, free chapters online.
Yeah.
So, like, I know of, like, a few of the characters, like, your main character's name's, like, Stud, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I know of him. I know like the stuff about his father. So I'm like really behind compared to like the of like the volumes and shit and have like the issues. I got introduced to you via White manga Odunze.
Nice.
I met him recently. He was at UTA University of Texas at Arlington, and he gave me volume 1 of Apple Black for free. It was funny.
Nice.
Like
That's awesome.
it was the what's it called? I had the original tank back in 2016, but like that shit, yeah, I lost it. It's, but the updated version is a lot better, so it's all good.
No, I totally agree. This for everybody that doesn't know, this is Apple Black. They currently have 4 volumes out right now. This is the entire first season according to White, and it is awesome. And I totally agree. Yeah, volume 1 was great, especially the there's like a post credit scene in the back. For everybody that doesn't have this book, you should go get it. It's awesome. A lot of the books have a post credit scene, so yeah. But I mean, yeah, White, he lives in, I think, Texas. So him being at one of the universities, just to, like, was he teaching or was he just like there walking around?
He was giving a lecture for like like business within like the artistic fields,
Oh,
and he had
nice.
like a whole PowerPoint. He was cool. He was really nice. He was a really nice guy. He had a little bucket hat on. It was cool.
That's
Real
awesome.
real real enthusiastic individual.
Yeah, White's really cool. He's also very tall. I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not as tall as White. I've only met him like last year or this entire year. I met him like 3 different times, and he's a really cool dude. He's like 6 feet, maybe 6'1". I think like 6 feet, but
Oh
he's really
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I'm
I think
like
I'm
five
around his
seven
height.
or five
I
eight.
think that's like the photo I have with him. But like that's like it's just dope seeing like American manga artists, like seeing people not from like Japan making something that people. Do you get like people telling you you're not a real manga artist because you're from this state or something? Like, do you ever get messages like that? Because that man,
Yeah, I've gotten that. I've gotten that. A lot more in the past as opposed to now because I just point to, if not my series Hammer, then I'll point to the Rick and Morty book that I did that actually
oh yeah.
says Rick and Morty the manga. That is in a bunch of different stores everywhere. I unfortunately don't have a copy yet. I got to get in touch with my editor and she has to send me one, but that's a different story. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that will say, sly comments like, you're not a, real mangaka, you're just a comic book artist, or, you're just this. Which I like to just
That's
point out
bullshit.
that comic book artists, I mean, that's technically what a manga artist is. It's just manga
Uh-huh.
is just the word for comic books in Japan. So, but I mean, whatever. I mean, people will say whatever makes them feel better, and hopefully they do it while seeing all of my books in the stores right next to their favorite manga. So
Oh
that's
yeah,
cool
I
with me.
bet that gets them livid eyes.
Yeah, it's cool with me. I mean, I'm like whatever. I mean, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Flying Yandu
What's
says
like
it's been
what are
good.
some of your
What's
like
going on?
biggest inspirations in regards to like the creation of Hammer? Because I know this is definitely something you've been wanting to like. This is your passion project. I know you had a project previously to this one like 10 years ago, but
Yeah, I so that project was called Chicken Fight, or
mm,
Chicken Fighter, and the same inspiration. So One Piece is a big influence in terms
oh
of
yeah,
like my art style and just storytelling. I guess and the way I do it and all that. So obviously One Piece, but for Hammer specifically, I would also say Astro Boy,
mm,
Dragon Ball Z. I've been getting into Bone a lot more recently. Adventure Time. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that I tried to like just compile and make like my own cartoony manga. Like that was what I envisioned, and I wanted people to be able to recognize my art style whenever I draw anything. So that way they're just like super excited that hey, this is Jeyodin. So that's
it's by
what I
far my favorite
envisioned,
book in the
and I'm
entire
glad it's
Jam
starting to happen.
catalog.
Say what?
I said sorry, I interrupted you. I said it was by far my favorite like stylized art style in the 7 a.m. catalog. I'm telling you, man. Once I get my bread up, I'm copping like 2 volumes type shit.
Nice,
Like
man.
this is the thing. I knew One Piece was a huge influence because I be seeing you draw like Luffy and stuff. Like, hold on, let me see if I have like. Hold on, give me a second.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
I
mean,
have.
just to piggyback
Okay,
off
hold
of
on.
that, I
Wait.
yeah, I've loved drawing for like the longest time. It's been like one of my favorite things to
Mhm.
do, and
Yeah, this is my
yeah.
fucking in this giant trash bag right
Hmm.
here. If I can open it, hold on. This is where all my One Piece volumes have been, and like a few other ones. I have like in this big ass trash bag.
Oh wow,
I have like 69 shit. I have
I
like
got that.
63. I had the whole box set 3 and a few other ones. I had like 82 in here or
Oh
something.
wow,
I had a bunch. I even have like 97.
nice.
92
Yeah, I got that one.
I got the one with Gear Fit. I got 104 with
I don't
104.
have that one. I want to get that one. I still need to pad out my entire collection, but I just have been focused on trying to finish up Volume 5 and like all this other stuff. So I haven't really gotten a chance to buy even more manga that I want to get. But at some
Yeah,
point
I
I'll
get
get it.
you.
But what I was gonna say was I know you said whenever you get your bread up. I mean, first off, thank you. I appreciate
Of
that.
course.
But also, I mean, keep an eye out for a lot of the deals that we got. I know for Christmas time right now, there's a lot of like 2 for 1s, and a lot of things are a lot more discounted. So, I mean, I know I personally should probably do more of a job to like show everybody, hey, if you buy this, that you can get it right now on this discount. But I just haven't had time to like look, which is my fault. I'll try to change that. But another thing is, I'm not sure if you've gotten Volume 4 of Apple Black yet or of Hammer, but if you get either of these, send us a receipt and we'll send you a code for like 40% off like the limited t-shirt and also the link to get it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that actually ends on the 26th. So that's more of a, kind of got to do it sooner than later type thing. But I mean, I would highly recommend it for sure.
Man. Also, last thing, because I know there's probably other people who want to join the live. I'm
Yeah.
gonna hog all that shit, but like, it's like, I don't know, it's dope. It's like seeing this. I'm a musician myself. I make music. So
Nice.
I used to draw comics back then. Like I figured out who White was before I even moved to Texas. And I used to draw all the time. I just used to be in the creative fields and seeing what y'all do. It's like it's inspiration for my own movement and shit.
Nice.
Like, I'm starting. Like I started a band recently, and I'm just like doing. You know what I'm saying? Doing shit within music, and it's like seeing other people start from the ground up here and do shit that people said, hey, you can't do this, especially as black people. It's like, damn, you feel me? It's like,
yeah, I mean, I heard this a long time ago. It was don't have a victim complex, have a victor complex. Just like it, don't let your skin color like hinder you. Like even if somebody tells you, hey, you can't do this because of this, like it's just the content of melanin in my skin. Like that's not gonna stop me from wanting to follow my dream. And I've been drawing, like it hasn't stopped me. Like the first book that I ever did when I was 19, that was the first one that got published and it was in stores. Like granted, it wasn't like a large distribution and all that, but I mean I didn't let anybody tell me that I couldn't do it. So yeah, just follow your dream, keep on going. Always try to find other things that will further your career. Look for other opportunities, but also try to be prepared for those opportunities. That's what luck is. Preparedness meets opportunities. So just keep on getting more and more prepared, so that way when that opportunity comes, you can get lucky. So.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna go eat breakfast now.
All right. Peace, man.
Right. I will meet again. Much.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Peace, man. All right, so for everybody that is watching this, if you guys want to hop on, by all means, get on the call. You can request a video, and I can talk to you for a little bit. Otherwise, I have the link, but I can't like pin it for some reason, like on my computer. I'm trying to like actually pin this comment so that way you guys can see me on what's it called, YouTube, and I'm gonna be trying to draw something so that way you guys can, check it out. But if you guys want to talk, then by all means, hop on. Oh, but before I do all that, obviously I was talking about, Hammer and, Apple Black, but, we have a bunch of different titles at Saturday AM. We got Titan King, Volume 1 and 2. This is from Tony Dawkins. Awesome series. It's very fun, very kid-friendly as well. And if you guys, for whatever reason, don't want to read it, you can actually watch the first chapter on the Legends app. And if you also want to, try your own different voices, you can record your voice for that Legends app for that, chapter. You can do that for Hammer, Titan King, and also, if I'm not mistaken, Yellow Stringer, Underground. I don't know. At the end of this video, I'm going to try to put, maybe something in my description, so that way you guys can, to go check it out. But that's really cool. We also have, Oblivion Rouge, Volume 1 and 2. This is from Pop Sule Fall. This is a very cool series. It's like African dystopia, Afrofuturism. It's very cool. If you guys like the Chunin exam of Naruto and Battle Royale, then you'll love this. Like, it's a great series. We got Soul Beats. This one is from Morgan Walker. This is beautiful, very, very cool. This is Indiana Jones meets Dante's Inferno. This came out, I think not in November, maybe November. No, October. It came out recently. Very cool series, very awesome. There's also Henshin. This came out earlier this year. This is from Mitch Proctor. This is actually up for a bunch of awards right now, or at least one. It got like a star review from Kirkus, which if you know anything about the book industry, Kirkus is like like a really reputable review website. And if you get like a star review, then you're like automatically up for this reward that's like $50,000 or 5,000. I'm not sure exactly how much money, but it's a lot. So very cool series. Awesome. If you like Power Rangers and stuff, like you'll love that. There's also Gunhild. I love this series. It's very cool. This is actually one of the only ones that we have that's full color, and it's about this girl who basically wants to become a god so she can stop this impending doom called Ragnarok. And it's like if you like Norse mythology and cartoony stuff, then you'll love this. This is a great kid friendly comic as well. Comic, manga, like I said, I use them interchangeably. But this is Massively Multiplayer World of Ghosts. This is an awesome series as well. I love this series. Oscar Fong is an amazing artist. I look at his stuff all the time, and he's really cool. If I'm not mistaken, I think he has the cover for the next issue in Saturday AM coming out, I think, around Christmas time. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Underground, I talked about this just recently with the Legends app. This is an amazing book. J.R. DeBard brought it for this book. Like this, just like the art is very realistic. Like it's cool action. It's also realistic. I mean, I don't know. When I first got this book, I sat down and read it all the way through. It was kind of like a movie. I love this title. It's very, very cool. So I highly recommend that. Yellow Stringer, also awesome. This is like a kind of like a mixture between like Scooby-Doo meets X-Files. It's very cool. The art is always beautiful. Jeffrey John Louise is absolute like beast in all of these pages. He actually, inside of one of the books that we're going to be releasing next year, it's called Drawing Manga the Saturday AM Way. And I saw one page of it recently, and it's like kind of like a breakdown for one of these pages, and it like shows everything that he did to like make it look awesome. So like, let me see if I can find it real quick because it'll make a little bit more sense as to why I thought it looked cool. All right, it's this page right here. This page, like, he shows like an entire breakdown of like how he made this page look so cool. So if you guys have Yellow Stringer, you guys have a treat in your hand, and I highly recommend you guys watch it or read it. There's also Clock Striker, one of our biggest titles, if not the biggest title that we have. It's in it just had like a show in France and also in Japan. It's also up for like 2 awards right now. I don't know. I love I love Clock Striker. If you guys haven't read Clock Striker or even heard of Clock Striker, then definitely go check it out. There's a lot of different reviews online for it as well. And I don't know, like the artist is from Niger, but he lives in France. His name is Asaka Galadima. Awesome artist. I got a chance to meet him recently at Saturday Con. Very cool, very soft spoken, but like very cool dude. Very awesome. There is Saigami. This is from Cine. This is a title that has been with Saturday AM for a very long time. I think Volume 2 came out at the beginning of this year. If you guys have checked it out, very awesome series. Like, a lot of people really like this, especially if you like isekai stories. Very, very cool. And there's also Saturday AM Annual. This is kind of like our, first and foremost, it's an anthology. This is the first one that came out last year. This is the second one that came out earlier this year. And it's a bunch of short stories from artists from around the world. These are usually the winners, or not necessarily the winners, but the participants of Summer of Manga. And Summer of Manga is this big competition that we have every year, where we have people from around the world pitch us an idea, and we'll weed out, like, I think last year we had like 400 submissions. Them on their short story, they'll get a page count, as well as also like a due date, and like some other things that they need to do, like character design, so we can promote it and all sort of stuff. And basically what happens is, after all of that, if the people are voting for your story and they really like your story, then we'll come to you and we'll offer you a paid gig, which is to be inside of Saturday AM Annual. A lot of people, for whatever reason, think that Summer of Manga is where you get paid, and that's not the case. It's just an opportunity to get to a point where you could get paid, which is Saturday AM Annual. And this is the one that just came out. It's a bunch of short stories featuring our characters, but they're just drawn from a lot of other people. So for instance, this was drawn by Eric Petrucci. Amazing artist. This is actually his character, Aquila. I might be mispronouncing that, but this was a really cool short story. We do like interviews in here. This is from Unordinary. I think that book just came out recently. This is Spoon. Like we just have a bunch of different like titles in here, and it's just I don't know. It's very cool. So for everybody out there that wants to draw, and be inside of Saturday AM in any capacity, like that's a way to do it. Like just keep that in mind. But yeah. So now that I've talked about that, I'm about to draw something really cool. Again, for everybody out there that is on this live right now, if you want to, talk to me, definitely request a video, and I will talk to you in a few seconds. If not, then, definitely head on over to my YouTube channel and watch me draw something really cool. There's so many books. So many books. I've been wanting to, get on... Sorry, I had a phone call real quick. I've been wanting to get more on a schedule where I'm like drawing on a regular basis in front of people, or maybe doing something with actual YouTube videos and like everything else. So I don't know. I have a lot of ideas in my head. I just haven't had time to actually execute any of them. The main reason is because I was focusing on Volume 5 of Hammer, and now the Volume 5 of Hammer is essentially done. I'm actually working on the last 3 pages right now. This is going to be a double page spread that I want to color and make it look really, really cool. This is kind of like just, I don't know, some type of promotion for like the next arc. But the next arc is going to be the Prison Kingdom arc. For everybody out there that has Volume 4, you might know that because I hint at it heavily. But I'm also about to start talking a lot more about it inside of the magazines as well. So if you haven't, bought these books, then, no worries. You can totally, you can catch up by just reading our books or reading our magazine on our app. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing right now. So I'm just drawing. I'm trying to figure out exactly a cool composition. So what I usually do for everybody out there that wants to know my process, I'll just try to like sketch something, see if it looks kind of interesting, and if it does, then I'll continue to develop it, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't really matter. But yeah, do you guys have any questions? Do you guys want to know anything about like I don't know anything that I'm doing right now? If not, then I could just like randomly talk for I don't know 5 to 10 minutes, and then switch up or like whatever. Like I have no idea. So I don't think that look cool. What should I draw? Trying to figure it out. So for this next arc, I'm gonna be introducing a new character. What's been up? This is what Ready Rock 81 says. Nothing much, man. I've been working on Volume 5 of Hammer, which is finally practically finished. Actually, if you guys want to see a very quick sneak peek, definitely go to my YouTube channel real quick, because I'm going to go through my entire Volume 5 and show you guys all these pages. It's on my screen right now, so you guys can check all this out. It's about 224 pages in total, and I have 3 blank pages that I need to fill in. And those 3 blank pages is what I'm currently working on today. So does it say, do you play video games? I do not usually play video games. I play games on my phone. Usually when I'm bored, I just like do the bubble thing. But it's like connects the bubbles to like all the colors and stuff. So I do that. I do like the math game. There's also a word game. I'm bored. I'm old as well. So haven't seen you at the spot in a while. I have not been to any spots in a very long time, so I'm sorry. Check out my art. Do I have potential for a manga? But once good J. I have not seen your art. If you're trying to show me to like your Instagram, hold on, I'm not even sure if I can check it out real quick. Thank you for liking my art style. I appreciate that. Cypher Near says, did you enjoy creating the Rick and Morty manga? I didn't create it. I just drew it. So I hope that makes sense. Somebody else had a script and they wrote it. Her name was Alyssa Salah. And she did a really good job. It was funny script. It was very action packed towards the end. Thank God. I was doing that and also Volume 4 at the same time, so it was really difficult to like juggle all of it. Luckily I was able to like kind of not be at my day job anymore. I was able to like take all of my time at my day job and basically like just weed it down to 1 day a week. And when I did that, it was a lot easier to like focus on just drawing. So like that was really cool. All right, cool. OC the artist. I'm looking at your page on my other screen. I only see a few art pieces. I like the color one. Is that like it? It looks like it's a purple lady in space getting her hair done. That's what it looks like, like the hair machine. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but I like the colors on that. That looks really cool, especially the space, like the galaxy, strip. That's pretty awesome. Nice. I see the one with the locks that are like red tips, kind of like how you have them in your other photos. So that's pretty cool. Nice. So what I would recommend in terms of if you wanted any advice from me, I think that you have potential. I think that if you just keep on going, you'll develop your style a little bit more. You definitely have like a certain style, but I don't think it's like complete yet in terms of being able to replicate it like for a comic book. Because like every single like panel, all the characters have to look exactly the same, and or at least to the most part, they all have to look exactly the same. But it does look like you have a basic understanding of like what you're trying to go for, and I like that. I like the colors that you have right here. I see like this one image with this guy with this jacket, and he's kicking this other guy in the face. I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah, my advice would be just draw a comic book. Put it out there, and people will tell you whether or not they like it or they don't like it. But like the more you do that, the better you're gonna get. So that would be my advice. But ultimately, I think your colors are a lot better than like your line art. So if you wanted to focus on one thing, I would probably just say try to focus more on your line art and like anatomy and stuff. But your colors look really cool. So I would definitely keep on developing that as well, because like you have a lot of talent in the colors for sure. All right, Ready Rock 81 says, "Are you still at the place you work? Haven't seen you in a long time. Don't want to put you on personal business." Oh yeah, no. So if you're talking about Publix, I used to work at Publix. I was a pharmacy technician. That was pretty cool for a while, but I do not work there anymore. I actually moved. I am currently in North Carolina. It's not really like I mean Saturday AM, like the company is in North Carolina, so like I didn't move here for that reason. But I mean, it's pretty cool. Like me and my wife, we just been moving around like for the last like half year. We went to a bunch of places, and North Carolina was like a really cool place. The weather is I'm definitely getting used to the weather because it gets cold. It actually snowed the other day, but I mean it wasn't like, I don't know, it's not insane, but I mean, it's pretty cool. But no, I don't work there anymore. I have been just drawing, and I actually am looking for another job right now, just to have something that's like on a more steady basis. I do want to say to everybody out there, I haven't really promoted this, but I am gonna try to open up my commission soon. So if you guys want me to draw anything, or if you want me to redraw your character, or do a portrait or anything like that, I'll have more information on that. Probably, if not later on tonight, then maybe tomorrow. So definitely keep an eye out for that, for sure. Cypher Near says, besides manga, what else inspires you? I'd say music. I like music. I've been trying to figure out a way to be inspired by just like my environment more so than external factors. Which I guess my environment would be an external factor. But I'm trying to find the inspiration in everything as opposed to like one specific thing. To be honest with you, like all the manga that you see on my shelf, like if I do pick them up, I'm maybe trying to recall a certain scene, or I'm, like if I have a lot of time to actually sit down and just read everything, then I'll do that. But I mean, I haven't had that much time to do that. So right now, I'm just kind of, trying to figure out a way to, get inspiration from other factors. So my environment, my imagination, if I sit down and like just like kind of meditate and think about, what I need to do, like stuff like that. When it comes to Hammer, I go on a lot of long walks with my dog. So like I'll just daydream and think of like different paths that, I can, make happen inside of like the next couple of volumes or, anything like that. So yeah, I usually have a pretty basic trajectory in my head anyway. I'd call it basic, but I know exactly what I want to do, like, or the goal that I'm trying to get to, I guess, would be a better way of saying that. And now it's just a matter of trying to figure out a way to make it happen in a really cool, awesome way. So hopefully that made sense. Spider the Lagman, how long does it take to make an entire volume of Hammer? It kind of depends. A lot of volume 1, 2, and 3 was already drawn. And volume 4 as well. Like the majority of volume 4, I had to redraw or like add to because I wanted to, just make it like extra awesome. But, it just really kind of depends. So when it comes to volume 5, again, luckily a lot of it was already drawn from like, being inside of the magazine and, having that being released recently, on a monthly basis. But all the other stuff that I've had to do has taken basically like 6 months, I would say, just to like add everything else that I want to add, or change certain things that I want to change. But like again, it just kind of really depends on what exactly I'm trying to do. Now that I'm about to start working on volume 6, granted I that could come out in like 2025, 2026. Like it might be a while before that actually comes out. But that also kind of just depends on, how well these books do as well. So if you guys really like Hammer, please support it by buying volume 1, 2, 3, and 4, or at least volume 4. If you like volume 4, then I'm pretty sure you'll love every other one. But yeah, again, it just kind of depends on sales. So luckily, the companies that I work with really like me, and they really like my story and my vision and all that. So I'm very excited and very grateful for that. But at the same time, it all comes down to how much support are you getting for this. And luckily, Hammer is getting some support, but I mean, I personally would like it to have more because then I could do this full time and I can release all the other books that I want to do, and I won't be, wondering whether or not like I'll have another volume and all the other stuff. So luckily, I haven't gotten any like notification saying, "Hey, you don't have any more volumes coming up." But at the same time, I still would like to, have your support. So please support me. I see some people are requesting to go live with me. Hold on for 1 second, and I will let you in. If you ever get an anime, what studio would you like to get animated by? The same studio that does Mob Psycho 100. Are you guys going to sell mangas in the Japanese market? That is definitely a plan for sure. Hold on. View request. All right, Steven Universe. Steven Universe. I'm going to have you come on. Let's see if we could talk. I'm not sure if you're here yet. Oh, Steven Universe. Yo, what's up, man?
Hi, how you doing?
How's it going? I'm doing well. How about you?
Real good. I just had a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Because I did order one of your books on Amazon. It's on the way.
Oh, okay.
I just had a question. So, what would you give advice to those who like aren't good at art but know how to write a story? Because I've been writing my manga, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been writing it. I have a whole bunch of chapters. I've written out the storyboard. I have all the characters and their backgrounds and stuff. So, like, how do you think I should go about finding, like, an artist who'd be, like, willing to, like, at least give a look at it and then, like, help me out? Like, is there any, like, place you think I could look at to find some artists who you think would be, like, interesting and stuff like that?
So, if you're looking for a specific artist, I would say that there are a lot of different Facebook groups that could probably help you out with that. Or you can just go on a lot of different YouTube videos that you see like of an artist. But the thing is, if like, okay, so most art, I know Fred says this a lot, but a lot of artists have they have their own ideas, so they might want to just draw their own story. So what are you going to offer them to make them want to, draw your story? You can, if you know them personally, maybe it's, hey, we can hang out and have a pizza party, I can, pay for your food. Or, maybe you're paying them money, or maybe you can, actually give them like a promise, like, hey, I know that this could get published because I have, these connections, and they're just looking for this to get, drawn out. I know a few people that have done that in the industry, but I'm not sure exactly where you are in that entire journey. So my advice would be to write your story as best as possible, constantly keep like putting it out, like try to gain a fan base. And then if you do find an artist, or if it becomes popular enough for an artist to come to you and say, hey, I want to draw this, I mean, that would probably be the best case scenario, in my opinion. Looking for an artist specifically to like have your book or your idea come to fruition. I mean, that might not be the best route, just because you'll constantly stop yourself from starting, or constantly stop yourself from continuing, if you're looking for an artist and only an artist. So I would say just write it, put it out to the best of your ability. Try to, actually find other places that want to publish it if you don't want to just put it online. But think of it in that way. Writers write. So, just constantly put it out in that way first.
All right. Thank you.
No problem, man. Anytime. All right. So, I have a few other questions. Let me see. All right, I see this one question that says, what do you think about the 16th to 17th century theme manga? I think that any historical manga has a lot of potential, mainly because a lot of people don't necessarily know history. So, I mean, if you actually do a lot of your research and you figure out a way to, actually like create an interesting story that's not just a one for one of, whatever type of story you're trying to do. I mean, I think that that's probably like one of the best things that you can do, like have something that you can refer back to, and say, hey, in the 16th century, this is what people were doing in England, for example. So, I want to draw what they're doing inside of this manga. And if you have any questions on like how things would work, like did they have automobiles? Probably not. Did they have, or if they did, then, what kind of automobile did it look like? How did, the police system work? How did this work? How did that work? I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do and pull from history if that's what your goal is. But yeah, I mean, personally, I've always wanted to, have something that's like just pure imagination, pure fantasy. So like that's usually what I go for. But yeah, that's just me, I guess. So this other person from IHOP Light, he says Fiverr, I think the artist for hire. Yes, Fiverr is another way, Steven the Universe. You can totally go to Fiverr and, hire people. The only thing is that, again, that's also, giving them money. And also, like depending on whether or not they actually want to, invest a lot of time in your book. So I mean, I don't know. I think there's a lot of different ways to actually like get to that point. But don't give up. Like that's the thing. If you give up, then I mean, it's never gonna happen. So that's why I said if you just focus on trying to make your book and actually have that come out, then I mean, it's if nothing else, then you have at least the idea already out there, and hopefully, even after it comes out, if you have like a lot of people that are following you, then you can go to an artist that you like and say, hey, I have X amount of people that are following me, and they want to see this animated or drawn. And I think that if you and me team up, then we can totally get a deal with this other company that is willing to pay us X amount of money. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do it, but I mean, yeah, that's just my advice. So Sterling Comics, what's up, man? How's it going? This is the Black Disney, Black Walt Disney. This dude created like a bunch of different characters. They're all super cartoony, very cool. I actually, if I'm not mistaken, I have Happy Hair, his one of the titles that he came up with a long time ago. This is somebody that also was in Webtoons with me when Hammer was on Webtoons. So yeah, Sterling Comics, what's going on, man? I hope everything is going okay. On my YouTube, I have a few people that have said stuff, so I'm gonna answer this real quick. If I'm Disney, you Oda Sensei. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I hopefully one day we can, just live up to, those reputations. I think that would be great. All right, on my YouTube channel, there are a few chats, so I'm going to answer that real quick. I haven't been able to draw anything because I can't think of what I want to draw. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. I'll talk about what I want to draw, but we'll talk about that in a few seconds. Spider the Lagman says, "What's poppin'? Hello, man. How's it going? Are you guys going to sell them in the Japanese market?" Yes, hopefully we will. I know that Hammer is actually going to get translated into Turkish soon, so it'll be there. We're also in like over 30 countries. I think 34 or 35 countries is what I heard last. Hopefully Japan and France will be, the next, ones that we go into, but I don't really have any say in that, so it kind of just depends on how the deals work and all that. Gilberto Trinidad also says, "I think it would be a great idea." Yes, I agree. Hopefully, I would love for, I don't know, a mangaka inside of Japan to, like, discover any of our titles, but obviously, especially Hammer. Like, I think that would be great. And, especially if I got some fan art. If, Aichiro Oda or Masashi Kishimoto, checked out Hammer and said, "You know what, I like this. I'm going to draw something." I mean, that would be mind-blowing. I would love that. The chances of that happening are not zero, but, I mean, it's also not probable right now. So, we'll see what happens. Gilberto Trinidad, what do you think? Okay, I already answered that. Mike Guy says, "Jay, hello. How's it going, Mike Guy? How's it going? I hope your body healed up after, fighting Madara and getting healed by, Naruto and all this other stuff." Yeah, that was a nerdy joke, so I'm sorry. Super Connor 10, "Do you ever try making a basketball manga?" You know what? I did a long, long time ago. If I'm not mistaken, that was probably, the very first, comic I ever drew was I don't know, a fever dream that I had. Basically, me playing, me playing basketball, and it was really fun, but it wasn't I don't know, it didn't really go anywhere. And I've discovered a lot of other basketball manga recently that I think, or basketball anime as well, that I've seen that I was like, wow, this looks a lot better than what I ever did. But there's a lot of other people that I think could do that, sports manga a lot more justice than I could. If somebody wrote it and I had the time to draw it, or if I was getting financially compensated for it, then I think that would be really cool to actually participate in drawing a basketball manga. But just coming up with it on my own, no, I have not done that. So I'm sorry. There's a trend of the OC of a person defeating Invincible. You could draw it if you would like. I probably should. That would be a separate stream. This particular stream was meant to draw something for Volume 5 of Hammer. I'm actually almost done with it. I only have a little bit left to complete. I have 3 pages that need to be complete for this entire thing to be done. So I can either draw, some cool images and, hopefully use it as some type of promotion thing, or a double page spread that's in color. Cause Hammer has, we have color pages inside of our books. So this is all color, but the rest is, basically black and white. So, I'm trying to figure out a really cool image that I can have inside of, this volume that, just kind of alludes to, the next arc that is going to be coming out, which is the Prison Kingdom. So, we'll see if, I can think of something in the stream. Maybe I can't. I have no idea. But we'll see what happens. So, Sun Killer says hello. How's it going, Sun Killer? How is it going? Anyway, I hope you guys are all enjoying your day. I have been basically, just drawing. I hung out with my wife earlier. My dogs are probably wanting to go to the restroom soon, but I took them out recently. But I have one of them that likes to, leave surprises for me. So we'll see whether or not that actually happens while I'm on the stream. But yeah. If you guys have not gone to my YouTube channel, definitely go to my YouTube channel and you guys can check out what I'm drawing currently. What I was saying earlier is this arc is the Prison Kingdom arc. It introduces one of the next main characters in the series. I have not actually introduced him like properly yet, but you know, I don't know. I'm very excited for him to make his debut in like the next. If everything works out with the issues of Saturday AM, if they come out monthly or bi-monthly or however that schedule is right now, I believe you will see this new character in April or something like that. So yeah, I mean that chapter is already done, but now I'm just trying to draw something that's gonna be really cool, so that way, whenever you see it, you can be like, oh wow, I was there for that stream. So. Somebody says, have you tried watercolors? Coloring? Yes, like, just, if you're talking about watercolor, like digital watercolor, I am a horrible digital watercolorer, which sucks because, I love, like, the texture look and all this other stuff. So, I mean, I think it'd be really cool to actually do something digitally that looks like watercolor. But, unfortunately, I haven't found the right brushes to do that, which it's my fault. I could probably search a lot more and actually, like, maybe even ask more people. But, I mean, I also am impatient sometimes. I kind of just want to draw something. So, yeah. But when it comes to watercolor in person, yes, of course. I've gravitated a lot more towards markers. I have a bunch of Spectrum Noir markers right here. I've had Copic markers. Prismacolor markers. There's a bunch of different markers that I've tried out, but I mean, I personally like just like that alcohol marker feel. I think Spectrum Noir is probably like one of the best, mainly because of its quality, and it's also not really that expensive in comparison to all the other ones. So yeah, I mean, I've tried those, but I do really enjoy that look, the watercolor look. So. I don't think this looks cool. Like I can't do that image. It doesn't look cool. So if you guys are on my YouTube channel, then you guys know what I just deleted. I'm trying to figure out a cool way to draw what I'm drawing. So another person says, how do you come up with some of your backgrounds and environments? I daydream a lot. Some of the time I'll already have an idea, like something in my head that says, hey, this should look like a jungle, for example, for the Jungle Kingdom. I was like, all right, well, all these trees there'll be trees everywhere, but what do the trees look like? One cool thing that I've done that I don't think a lot of people have actually noticed is every place that Stud goes to. Oh, my wife just texted me, I love you. Thank you, baby. One of the things that all the places that Stud goes to, if you look at the trees, they're all different. So, like, this is the first in the very beginning. You can see the trees. And then, like, when it goes to the Water Kingdom, the trees are, like, coral or something. Hold on, let me see if I can. They have, like, bubbles coming out that look like leaves, but they're not necessarily leaves. They're just bubbles. I'm trying to find. Where are you? Sorry, this might be boring to somebody that doesn't already have these books, but if you do have the books, then definitely go check out volume 1 or 2 and look for a bubble tree. It's somewhere in here. There's so much action, I completely forgot. It's like, jeez. Whatever, let me go to volume 2. If you go to volume 2, all right, here you go. Yeah, all right, so this is a bubble tree. It's kind of getting cut off, so I'm trying to find a good panel. Okay, yeah, I guess this works. So this is the bubble tree. If you look right there. I mean, I figured, hey, they're underground, but maybe they still have trees. So I added a bubble tree. I mean, I don't know. I'm crazy like that. And then when you go to volume 3, you can see You know, all these trees are like usually gigantic, and they have like branches that go in a circular motion around like all the trees. So hold on, this is a good example. This is when he's chasing after those monkeys. All right, this is, here you go. Sorry, I wasn't planning on flipping through this right now, but all right, if you look at these trees, if you look at the way the leaves like kind of circle around the trunk, you know, I just wanted them to look different. So like, if you go to volume 5, which isn't out yet, but that's the Bird Kingdom, they have these other trees that kind of look like coconut trees, but the leaves are like cloud, and like every time a cloud like pops off, it just floats into the air and, you know, creates more cloud. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. This is what Hammer is, though. It's just a bunch of you know, imagination compiled into a series. That's exactly what Hammer is. I don't even know how many pages this is. It's like 800, at least 800 pages at least of Hammer currently. And if you look at volume 5, that's about 1,000. So I've drawn about 1,000 pages of Hammer. Oh my god, that's insane. That is insane. And I cut out a bunch of stuff too from the issues and put into the books. Like I changed a bunch of stuff. Like, so that's really cool. But yeah, I usually just kind of think, hey, you know, I want this to look different than what I already originally had, but I still want it to have its own identity. And I'll just daydream and think, you know, what can I do to make it look or feel a lot better in that way. So, all right. Gilberto Trinidad says, "What are Stud's favorite foods?" Okay, so Turtle Wolf, which is something that he ate in Town of Volume 1. And he has not actually tried boar cow yet, but at some point, I'm going to have him try boar cow, and that is going to probably be his favorite food. But there's also these like algae looking things that I did inside of this one promotion that I drew a long time ago. It's like this algae bubble. Do I have? I think I have Stud eating also an apple, a bubble apple, or something like that. Where is it? Jelly apples. There you go. So there's jelly apples that he eats inside of the Ocean Kingdom. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that you know, Stud will eat. Like, but he doesn't necessarily like, he's not picky. So like, you know, whatever he wants to eat, he'll eat it. You know, I mean, I guess he was kind of picky in the very beginning when the jelly apple was presented to him from Diane, and he was like, nah, I'm okay. And then like he realized that he's really hungry, so he just tried it, and then he was like, oh wow, this is really good. So I mean, you know, that just goes to show you should try things. Maybe you'll like them. So that was kind of what I was going for. But yeah, like it doesn't really matter. So all right, again, for everybody out there, if you guys want to check out my YouTube channel, hold on, I'm actually going to do this real quick. On my YouTube channel, I'm going to change that so that way you guys can see me as opposed to my screen of drawing, because I haven't drawn anything yet. But you know, if you're on Instagram and you want to do a little talk, I mean, by all means, please, you know, request you know, to join, and you know, we'll do that. But if not, I'm just gonna keep on answering questions inside of YouTube chat, and yeah, we'll go from there. My guy says boar cow sounds like it would be some really good meat, combining the savoriness of pork with textures of beef. I agree. Hold on. Why is that on still? All right. There you go. Yes, I agree. I think, you know, the way I envisioned it, boar cow, it was like, for instance, if you decided to make a hamburger out of it, it would have like somewhat of a flavor of bacon, but it would still be a hamburger, like, you know, without the use of ever having bacon like added to it. Like, so I don't know, it's a crazy like thought in my head, but I mean, you know, I always thought that it was really cool. Boar cows, you know, yeah, if they were real, not only would they be extremely dangerous, but I mean, you know, it would be pretty awesome to eat one of those bad boys. So, Gilberto Trinidad also says, "What would be Stud's devil fruit from One Piece?" I would assume the hammer fruit. Like, I mean, he has hammer hands, so I mean, that's probably what it would be. If it wasn't that, I don't know, maybe there was a guy inside of Marineford that was like, he had like pocket dimensions where he had like a bunch of different tools and stuff. So it would, if it isn't the hammer fruit, then it would be something like that where he can go into pocket dimensions and pull out a different tool. So I thought that's probably what it would be. Is there a tip you can give to start living a more authentic comic book creator mangaka life? Whew. Manage your time. Like, drawing in this space is very difficult because it's not as financially rewarding as like everybody thinks it is. It definitely can be, and it also, like, if you don't give up, you can reach that level of I guess comfortability. But like, it's a lot of work that goes into it. It's not necessarily, hey, I'm gonna draw this comic and then it comes out and people are gonna love it and they're gonna buy everything that I'm doing. Like, that's not at all what it is. So my advice would be to manage your time. Every time you have free time, use that on the story that you're trying to create. Actually think about what type of story you're trying to create. Why is it relevant? Why does the market need this? Who are you trying to market it to, or who are you trying to have this like story be for? Ask yourself those questions so that way when you actually do get into the thick of your story, you know exactly like what direction you're trying to go to. So that would be my advice. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you have to think about. So yeah. I now need that Borkow in my life. Jeyodin, president of Earth 2024. I do not want to be president of Earth. Oh my god. That is so much stress. That would be absolutely insane. Like, I would hate that. Can Stud dodge attacks faster than the speed of light? As of right now, no, he cannot dodge things at the speed of light. To be honest with you, I don't even think at his strongest he would be able to do that. But he definitely could give whoever is attacking him at the speed of light a run for his money at Stud's strongest. But like, as of right now, like, he hasn't gotten to that point. There's a few things that need to happen. But with the use of Z energy and also his full metal form, I mean, he would have like definitely a large defense, and he'd be able to get a few licks in for sure. I mean, there's a lot of things that need to happen in order for me to build Stud up to that point. But I mean, if I'm being totally honest with you, I think by the end of this series, this run of the series, I'm not even sure if I'll be able to actually get to that point. I've had a vision for Stud for a very long time, and maybe I might be able to get to a point in the story where there's a time skip where he's a lot older and all that sort of stuff. But that older Stud is who would be strong enough to be able to fight somebody on that level. The Stud that I'll be able to get to, I think, will definitely give a run for anybody. He'll be able to fight on a pretty decent level. But I mean, I still want to limit him to a point where like things are still like challenging and like he's not necessarily the strongest person on the battlefield. I very much so like underdogs that reach that level. And I think if you can see that entire journey from the beginning to the end, I mean, I think that's really, really cool. But I mean, Stud doesn't have like necessarily that long journey to be able to get to. So yeah, I mean, that's what I would say to that. Yeah, but anyway, I'm trying to figure out what to draw, and I can't actually do that right now because I'm talking constantly. and my dogs are looking at me. I think they might need to go potty. So I might be getting off soon, but everybody that joined, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm probably going to be going live again later on in the week. Maybe right before the holidays. I know Christmas is coming up, and there's other holidays that are happening as well. So I hope that you guys are all celebrating with your families. Even if you're not, I hope you're still having a good time. Hopefully, like you can get a chance to check out volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Hammer if you haven't already. Volume 4 is if you buy this now and you send me a receipt, like a screenshot of it or anything like that, then I will send you a code and also a link to get a limited time, limited edition shirt that has like this cover on it. It looks really, really cool. If you do the same thing for Volume 4 of Apple Black, then he'll actually send you a link and a code so that way you can get it like 40% off on this shirt. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it ends on December 26th. So, this isn't something that is going to last for too long. But if you're interested in it, then I think that you should definitely check it out. So, but anyway, I think that's about it. So I'm gonna say goodbye to Instagram real quick. Deuces. And I'm going to be saying goodbye to YouTube real quick as well. I actually, before I do that, I need to write like a description and all this, because last time I didn't do that. It actually got deleted, and it was a bummer. But thank you for joining the stream. I apologize. I didn't get a chance to draw any Hammer stuff. Maybe next time I already have something drawn, and then I can just color it while I'm talking. I think that might be a lot better. But yeah, let me see if there's any more questions. I don't see any more questions. Mike Guy, you retracted a message, so I was about to read it, man. I'm sorry. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Hopefully you guys can tune back in for the next one that I do in the future. Hopefully it'll be, if not later on this week, then sometime next week. Again, I want to get to a point where I'm doing this on a regular basis. Earlier this year, I was doing this on a regular basis, and it was awesome. It was great. But a lot of stuff just kept on popping up, and I didn't get a chance to actually continue that. So I actually explained that in my last stream. So if you guys want to know why, then you can go check that out. Okay, hold on. There's one question that says, "My guy, respectable. It makes sense because it's better to give characters tools that can effectively manage a fight against any opponent than just to make them a god. Looking at you, Akira Toriyama." Yeah, I agree. I think in Akira Toriyama's defense, Dragon Ball Goku didn't necessarily start off as a god. I don't know. I've read that entire series a bunch of times, and now that Dragon Ball Super is out, I haven't looked at or read anything of Dragon Ball Super. I've seen a few clips, a few fight scenes, but ultimately, the end of Dragon Ball Z was the end of it for me. I like Dragon Ball, and I didn't want to tarnish like that awesome feeling. So, but all of that to say is, yeah, he started from the bottom though. He was admittedly strong for what was he, 12? But he did become so powerful that like every villain that he had to create was even stronger, and that's the power creep dilemma inside of shonen manga. And to be honest with you, I don't even think I created I would hope that I created a pretty good system to where I don't come across that issue. But the best people that did it were man, I'm gonna forget the author's name, but the guy that created JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I think he created the best system. Him, and also Togashi, the creator of Hunter x Hunter. One Piece, I would say, sort of. I think with the introduction of hockey and a lot of other stuff, it's very cool, but like probably not like going to help him in the long run when it comes to like power creeps and stuff like that. However, Oda is also an amazing writer, so I'm sure that he'll figure out a way to do what he needs to do. All right, so this is one of the last comments, and then I'm probably gonna get off. My guy says Stud gives me early Luffy vibes. I think giving him hammer abilities was pretty brilliant because there's a million different ways he could use that in a fight. I bought it at Walmart, and then he says, "Take it easy, Jay." Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I very much so had Luffy in mind when I created Stud, but somebody actually asked me, "Is this just Luffy point two?" And my response is he is Uzumaki D Goku. So I mean, there's all three of them sort of combined. Like, there's just a bunch of traits that I've taken from a lot of different people. So, but for everybody out there that's watched this video, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Please drop a like on your way out, and also share it to your friends. Hopefully, if you are already subscribed, then thank you very much. I appreciate it. But subscribe if you aren't, so that way you guys can tune in next time I go live. And again, next time I'll make sure that I have something that's actually drawn so I can color it, and I'm not just talking randomly for an hour and a half. But I appreciate it. You guys rock so much. Thanks again. I'm gonna